How do you make your health and fitness journey safe and effective? Today in this video, I'm going to talk about three things with you. Number one, how do you really understand what is the correct information that you need to implement, which means validate the source of information that you're getting. Number two, which is even more important, is why source of information is very crucial and how it can be catastrophic for you if you don't get the right information or right advice when you're trying to get into shape, get into improving your health or all of that. And the third one, how to identify what actually do you need, right? So let's start with the second one first. Why is it really important to know the right sources and get the help from right sources? The reality is this: not everybody can coach. Yes, just because somebody has a fat to fit story, somebody did their own transformation, does not by any means make them eligible to really help others. Yeah, it gives them some kind of motivation. They're good inspirations, probably role models, but just being role model does not mean being a coach. Just like anybody cannot be a doctor, anybody cannot be a coach. And we don't understand this because we use this term very lightly, and nowadays there are this weekend certifications and some things which actually tell anybody that you are a coach. There are people who sell some kind of supplement, some kind of meal replacements, and call themselves as coaches. Now here is the thing: coaching is a skill which needs lot of practice, education and training on that. It is not that anybody can do it, and we'll talk about that. But here is the thing: if you get a wrong information or you don't get the right information that you need for you, you could end up in lot more trouble. I've had people come to me after tearing their ACLs, almost on a verge of a place that they can't even walk. I've got people who come to me asking for help when their back starts hurting badly, that they have to stay in a bed rest for weeks together. And all these people were actually trying to improve their health. So if you don't get the right help, you can actually get into a very bad situation. I've had people come to me with screwed up metabolism because they tried these yo-yo diets, get into that, come out of it, get into that, come out of it, and put a lot more weight. I've come across people who've come to me and said, they have now screwed up relationship with food because they are so obsessed with counting calories, weighing and measuring food, that eating normally has become a trouble for them. Now, none of these are good signs if you really want to be healthy, because health is not just the weight or the body composition. It's a lot more than that. So understand that if you don't get the right information, just anything from anywhere, you could end up in trouble. And in this video, probably if you go and go till the end, you will understand how to get the right help. So understand, there is a lot of information on internet. At the same time, there is a lot of misinformation on the internet. And just like we talk about medical practice and doctors, health and fitness is science. If you talk about exercise, it is a science of movement, which means your body has specific movements that it can do and certain movements it cannot do, and there could be limitations which are very personal to you. It is the science of muscles, joints. It's the science of physiology. It's the science of energy system. All of these are part of training, right? Of exercise. So somebody who is giving you that knowledge, or if you're getting it, you need to know what is right, what is not, what is really scientific, what is evidence based. Not because somebody thinks this works, it doesn't work that way. So it is a lot more science. When it comes to nutrition, nutrition is science too. Calorie counting is not nutrition coaching. Meal planning or giving a meal template of eat this is not nutrition coaching. And the reason why I am able to tell you this is because I'll share a little bit of my own journey. Like, one, I don't have big, celebrity trophies or certificates and awards to showcase. But the way I started is the day I decided that I want to train people and help, I went and did a 1 month program to really learn how to go and help people. However, remember, when I started doing it, I had been working out for 17 years. So I had 17 years of workout experience for myself, but I was not qualified to teach others. The only time I got qualified is when I learned how to train, and that's where I became an instructor. And then, if I were to personalize training on personal needs, that's where I went to American Council on Exercise and got certified as a personal trainer. Now I learned how to understand individual body's requirement, limitations, and goals, and how to personalize a training program based on that. And when I wanted to learn nutrition, I went to Precision Nutrition, which is, world's best place for coaches. That's where I learned nutrition coaching from, and then I started teaching nutrition to people. And then I learned coaching as a science of human behavior and behavior change. Understand how human behavior works. And I invested almost 5 years, as I talk today, in this journey. Lakhs of rupees, tons of time, money, energy, all this have gone this into to make sure that I have the right skills and ability to coach people. And I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people who have gone through this journey, put in their hard work. A lot of my friends, my colleagues in this industry have done that. But at the same time, there are probably what I would call as impersonators who are, who just have fat to fit story. They tried certain diet or meal plan, and now they say, oh, I'm a coach. Or they're selling some supplements or some meal replacement and then say, I'm a coach. And when you end up taking advice from these kind of people who are not qualified, you end up in trouble most of the time. So understand that taking an advice from the right source is very, very important. And how do you identify the right source? Very, very simple. They need three things. They need education. If somebody does not have education in this field, they're not qualified. Just like you would not go to anybody who does not have an MBBS degree as a doctor, you don't go to anybody who does not have education. Second, experience. What kind of work that they have done in this field before giving this advice. Just because I go and work out every day does not make me qualified to tell you that do this or do that. So that's number one: education, experience, and expertise. Do they have showcased their expertise in a particular topic where you need help from? So if a trainer or a coach that you're working with does not have education, does not have experience and expertise, then you better not take advice from them. Even if it is free, even if it is cheap, right? You don't get that advice from that. Otherwise, you're putting yourself at a huge risk, because health and fitness is proactive, which means it's not urgent. But if not done well, it could actually lead to many fatal consequences. It can screw up a lot of systems in your body. So make sure you do that. The second one is, like how, or what do you know, or how do you know whom to take advice from? So I'll give it 3 levels. Okay, one is you need instructions, you need training, and the third one is you need coaching. Now, how do you know what do you need? If you just need instructions, then anybody who is qualified, who has that certifications and education in that, can give you instructions about, okay, this is exercise, this is nutrition, this is what it is. So you get the instructions. If you don't know anything, you have no idea what to do, you get instructions and you implement those instructions. That's number one, level number one. That's where you are. Level number 2 is personalization or training part, where you have the instructions which are now modified and personalized for you, which means everything that you have to do is being personalized for you, based on your likes, your dislikes, your goals, your challenges, your obstacles, your limitations, your lifestyle, all of that. That's training, that's personalization, and that's where mostly you will need a human, a one-to-one interaction with somebody, so that that person can change things and implement things for you. So you need to make sure that this person has a very good quality qualification in order to do that, and also has experience in doing that, right? Just any certification on the internet won't work. You need to understand if they have a certification, where is the certification coming from, what is the credibility of the body who has certified this person, right? I can write and create a certificate and give it to you, it has no value. So the place where they are certified from is very, very important. And the third level, which is the highest level, which is called coaching. Now, when do you need coaching? If you have the instructions, you know what to do, but you're finding it difficult to do. Okay, there are internal resistances that are coming, which means, you have a workout plan, you have a meal plan, you have to eat vegetables, you have to eat this, that, all that stuff, but you still end up not doing it. Now in this case, most people falter, and what they try to do is they go from one gym to another, one meal plan to another, one exercise plan to another, or maybe from one course or one program to another. Now here is where you make a mistake. If you are not able to do it, which means you need help rather than you need change in the program. And this is where coach comes into picture. Job of a coach is to reduce the limitations or reduce the steps between what you know how to do and you do it. So knowledge and implementation gap is closed by getting coached. So this is where you understand that, okay, I know this, I've bought some program, I've tried some diets, I've tried some of these things, but I'm still not able to implement it. Because now you have a list of reasons. Oh, I feel I don't have time. Oh, I don't have motivation. I don't have willpower. I don't have discipline. All of these. Now here is the thing. Most people have all of these things in them in a certain limit or in a certain quantity. Now what you need is you need a coach who can actually coach you through this process. Understand that, okay, why do you need willpower? You need willpower because you're doing something that is too difficult for you to do. Your environment or the thing itself is way beyond your ability. Now how do you manage to bring that down and slowly build up your ability to do that? That's where you escape willpower, and that's where principles like progressive change, adaptive change comes into picture, which means you don't make huge changes, you make smaller changes, you make changes which align with your life stage. Like I work with busy dads over 35 years, and I know I'm like 40 years old dad. I have work, I have family, I have all these things. Now my responsibilities are very different, the amount of time I have is very different, my challenges are different than a 28-year-old person who is trying to build muscles, right? So this is where coaching comes into picture, and hope this gives you clarity what to look for, why, and how to identify if the information is right, and do you need that or do you need something else. So just to summarize on this, number one, where you get the information from is very, very crucial. If the source is not validated, if the person or the source is not validated, then you're putting yourself at a huge risk. So make sure that you get the information from a valid source. Number two, understand whether you need instructions, whether you need training, or whether you need coaching. Because if you just need instructions, training or coaching could not be a place for you. If you are starting, probably you need instructions, download some guides and do stuff and start doing it. Once you need training, you personalize it. And if you're finding internal resistances like I need accountability, I need mentorship, I need support, all that stuff, then the coaching comes into picture. So that is how you identify what you need. And the third one, make sure whoever you are taking help from has education, experience, and expertise to help you get the results that you want. Anything which is cheap, anything which is available for free always will not work. So never, take it on that merit, saying that okay, this is something I get for cheap, I'll try this, and then jump from one plant to another, because that will not help you. So hope this really gives you clarity to understand it is important to learn health and fitness from the right source, because it is based on science. It's not based on anybody's whims and fancies. Number two, you need to know what you need: instructions, training, and coaching. And number three, the source that you're getting it from needs to be validated. Make sure you ask for all the details before you start working with somebody else, and there is no harm in doing that. So hope this helps you stay on the right track, get the right help in the right way on your fitness journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.